What is going on, guys? It is the Coaster Battle Man back at it with another new video. My overall analysis on Copperhead Strike, the new for 2019 Mack Rides launch coaster coming to Carowinds. And this looks like a pretty good ride. And it's going to be the Carolina's first double launch coaster and first launch coaster in quite some time. So this is going to be my overall thoughts on it, so I hope you guys enjoy. And I give a huge shout out to Theme Park Review for uploading this video here. Copperhead Strike Roller Coaster Carowinds due for 2019 POV. So here we go. And I put it on half speed so I can explain the elements a little bit. And I cannot wait to ride this if I ever go back to Carowinds. And first off, with the elements, you start off with this slow motion JoJo roll, and this is kind of like the same start you will get on Hydro the Revenge at Dorney Park, which is a really fun element. You're going to get some good hang time on that. And after that, you turn into another shed. Cedar Fair and their sheds. What's in the shed? So what's in the shed is just a bunch of stuff. This is like the launching area. And this ride isn't going to be the fastest coaster. It's top speed's like around the 50-ish miles per hour range. Not too fast. But let's see. This first launch, you accelerate, and then you go from 0 to 42 miles per hour and into a vertical loop. And this is a pretty fun element, and people are going to be watching this ride. After that, you're going to go into an ejector airtime hill, and then into another inversion. After that, you're going to go through a bank turn here, and just through some pretty nice wave-like turns. And this coaster is super compact, and definitely packs a ton into its small layout. There's some ejector airtime hills, and then the next launch is from 42 to 55 miles per hour. And you're basically going through airtime hills while you're launching, which is pretty cool. And you're going through this small inverted top hat as well, which looks like a pretty fun element as well. And you go into slow motion, drop back down through some more elements like some bank turns, another vertical loop, which is pretty cool. 2 vertical loops, and looking at them, they're pretty circular. They kind of remind me of Schwarzkopf looping coasters with their intense circular vertical loops. And after that, looks like we have some pretty intense turns here that kind of remind me of Maverick and Intimidator 305. Nice low to the ground, high speed turns with the sharpness. And this ride just looks really fun. Like overall, the launches look pretty enjoyable. You have some very fun inversions. The turns look very good. Do I think this will be a top 3 coaster at Carowinds? There's potential. And with the rest of the layout, we just went through an ejector airtime hill before hitting the brakes. And with Copperhead Strike, this coaster looks very good. And with me, overall, I think that Copperhead Strike will easily be the 4th best coaster at Carowinds at worst. And I think at best, it could be the 2nd best coaster, but it's going to be really hard for it to beat Intimidator and Afterburn in order to get up to that number 2 spot. I doubt it would be the best coaster in the park, but this definitely is something they needed. Now they have an Elite 4, or a Fantastic 4 of Copperhead Strike, Afterburn, Intimidator, and Fury 325. And their last 3 new coasters have all been some of their best, with Intimidator in 2010, Fury 325 in 2015, and now Copperhead Strike for 2019. I'm really happy for Carowinds that they're going to be getting this, and it looks fantastic. This doesn't look like the greatest coaster on the planet, but I think this will be a very nice addition to Carowinds. Definitely going to be in their top 4 for sure. But after this, they're still missing quite a lot of coasters, and they need better filler coasters. I feel like they have the elite coasters. They don't, and they have the bad coasters, but they're lacking in the filler coaster category. And Copperhead Strike kind of helps out with that, and this coaster will appeal more to all riders, in my opinion, because it's not really that tall, and the ride's going to be going over the pathways at Carowinds, so it's going to be a very popular ride when it first opens, which is going to cause Fury 325, Intimidator, Afterburn, and all the other rides to have like no lines at all. Like, I remember going to Carowinds on a not so crowded day, like a Thursday in May, and there was no one there, and everything was walk on, and Fury was the longest line. That was like 5 minutes. And then just overall Copperhead Strike, like I feel like it'll have some really long lines for Carowinds. Like, the lines will be ridiculous for this ride, but they should be. Like, this coaster, it has a pretty cool layout. It has some very nice inversions, some pretty intense turns, and some ejector airtime in there as well. I think this is going to be a very fun ride, and it's going to be something in the United States that we haven't ever gotten. Like, Manta's a family launch coaster, and then Time Traveler's a spinning launch coaster. Those were from mack rides. And now we have Copperhead Strike, which is kind of similar to rides like Blue Fire and Helix, where it's known for having tons of inversions and other elements as well. And just Copperhead Strike, I think it's going to be a huge success at Carowinds. It's going to be definitely their fourth, third, or second best coaster. I don't think it would be the best coaster, but I think this will be a coaster that a lot of people really enjoy. And probably my only concern with this ride is, how is it going to maintain? Like, will this coaster break down a lot, or will it not break down a lot? Because this coaster doesn't have the biggest capacity in the world. Like, Fury 325 is this crazy capacity. How is this ride's operations going to be compared to Fury? Because you have 4, as you count on the train, 16 riders, and only 3 trains. So this coaster is half the capacity of Fury 325, is basically what I'm saying. Is Fury, you can fit 32 on a train. That ride has an awesome capacity with 3 trains. This coaster will need to be running all 3 trains at all times in order for it to have the best capacity possible, and the operations need to be super fast. But if the operations are slow and the ride breaks down quite a lot, it's going to be very challenging to get rides on this coaster. And that's kind of my main 2 problems with this ride: the capacity, as well as how much will it break down or not. Like, the technical issues might be bad or good, I'm not sure. But hopefully this coaster's bugs are fixed out in 2019, like early in the season, and then this ride will become a huge success at Carowinds. And it's going in an area where there's not really anything. Like, besides this ride, there won't be really that many other rides. Like, between Afterburn and Flying Cobras, there's not really too much in between there. And I'm really happy they're putting it in between those 2 coasters, because Afterburn's an awesome coaster, and then Flying Cobras is one of their solid coasters. So I think this is going to fit very nicely at Carowinds, and they desperately needed a launch coaster. I'm not going to be angry at this ride and give it hate really at all. I just have the 2 complaints, and that's about it. Everything else about this ride just looks fantastic. And I really do like the color scheme for this coaster as well. Like, this coaster, great color scheme, great layout. The inversions look very fun. You have airtime as well. And this just looks like an all-around fun ride. So, thank you guys so much for watching my reaction video to Copperhead Strike, new for 2019 at Carowinds. Hopefully, all the Cedar Fair parks make their announcements for what they will be adding. So, I know another video I will make soon is the 10 or 15 worst roller coasters I've ridden. And another concept that I've been thinking about is the best restraints on each top 10 restraints at each amusement park for the roller coasters, like which roller coaster has the best restraints at a certain park. Like for Six Flags Great America, it would probably be Raging Bull's clamshell restraints. So thank you guys so much for watching.